Most companies think ISO is about documents, but the truth is ISO becomes successful only when planning is strong, because without planning the system will run only on luck, and when luck fails the company starts firefighting. That is why ISO 9001 clause 6 is very important. Clause 6 is called planning. Clause 6 is the clause that decides whether your ISO system will be proactive or reactive. So in this video I will explain ISO 9001 clause 6 in a very simple and practical way. No technical language, only real examples. Hi, I am Sagar Naik, founder of Swades QMS and a quality management consultant. Let's understand clause 6 step by step. So what is clause 6? Clause 6 is planning. Planning means before doing work, think about what can go wrong and plan what you will do to prevent it. In simple words, clause 6 is about risk thinking, because strong companies plan before problems happen. Weak companies plan only after complaints happen. So clause 6 is the difference between proactive company versus firefighting company. Clause 6 has three main parts: actions to address risks and opportunities, quality objectives, and planning to achieve them, planning of changes. Now let's understand each part. Clause 6.1, action to address risks and opportunities. This is most important part. Clause 6.1 says identify risks and opportunities that can affect your product quality and customer satisfaction. Now many people get scared when they hear the word risk. They think risk means complicated analysis, but risk is very simple. Risk means what can go wrong in your process. Example, supplier may send wrong material, machine may background, operator may skip inspection, wrong label may be applied, delivery may get delayed, customer requirement may be misunderstood. These are all risks. Now ISO says don't wait for these problems to happen. Identify them in advance and take action. That is called risk-based thinking. Now ISO also talk about opportunities. Opportunities means what can we improve. Example, reduce rejection, reduce rework, improve productivity, improve delivery time, improve customer satisfaction. So clause 6.1 is about prevent problems and improve performance. How to do risk identification practically? Now let me tell you the easiest method for MSMEs. Don't make complicated risk registers. Just take each process and ask three questions. What can go wrong here? What will be the impact? What control do we have? Example, process, incoming material inspection. What is the risk? Supplier sends wrong GSM material. Impact, product fails at customer. So what control we can keep? Material specification check plus supplier COA plus inspection checklist. That's it. This is risk-based thinking. Even a simple Excel sheet is enough. ISO does not demand heavy documentation. ISO demands thinking. Most common mistake in risk management. Many companies prepare risk register only for audit. They write 50 risks, but nobody uses it. That is not risk management. Risk management means use risks in daily planning. Example, if supplier risk is high, increase inspection frequency. If machine breakdown risk is high, plan preventive maintenance. If customer complaint risk is high, plan extra verification. So clause 6 is about controlling risks before they become problems. Now clause 6.2, quality objectives and planning to achieve them. Clause 6.2 talks about quality objectives. Many companies keep Quality objectives like improve quality, reduce complaints, customer satisfaction, but these are not objectives, these are wishes. ISO expects objectives to be measurable. A good objective should be specific, measurable, realistic, time bound. Examples of good objectives: reduce customer complaints from 10 per month to 3 per month in 6 months. Reduce rejection from 5% to 2% by December. Improve on-time delivery from 80% to 95% in 3 months. Reduce machine downtime by 20% in 6 months. Now, ISO asks, not only set objectives but also plan how to achieve them. That means ISO wants what will be done, who will do it, when it will be done, what resources are required, how results will be monitored. For example, objective is reduce rejection from 5% to 2%. What's the plan? Daily defect tracking, top 3 defect analysis weekly, corrective actions, operator training, process parameter standardization. Responsible production head plus quality head. Timeline 6 months. Monitoring weekly rejection report. This is clause 6.2. Why quality objectives fail in MSMEs? Now, let me tell you why objectives fail. Because companies write objectives on paper but never review them. They are written only for audit. But ISO expects objectives to be reviewed monthly. If objectives is not achieved, take action. That is why quality objectives must be linked with daily performance. Now, clause 6.3, planning of changes. This clause is very practical. It says, when you make any change in process, plan it properly because changes create risk. Most companies make changes casually. For example, change supplier, change raw material, change machine setting, change operator, change packaging method, change production layout, and then after change, problems happen. Then customer complaints. Then company says, we didn't expect this. ISO says, you must expect this. So, whenever you plan changes, ISO expects you to consider purpose of change, impact on quality, resources required, responsibilities, risk involved. For example, if you change supplier, you must plan supplier evaluation, trial material testing, first batch monitoring, approval process. That is change management. This clause prevents surprises. Now let's summarize clause 6. Clause 6 is planning. Clause 6 ensures that your system is proactive. Clause 6 includes identify risks and opportunities, plan actions to control risks, set measurable quality objectives, plan to achieve objectives, plan changes properly before implementation. If clause 6 is strong, your company will reduce firefighting, customer complaints will reduce, systems will become stable, and ISO will become useful. But if clause 6 is weak, then ISO will remain only documentation. If you found this video useful, like this video and subscribe to Swades QMS. In the next video, we will cover ISO 9001 clause 5, that is leadership. If you need ISO implementation support, internal audit support or certification readiness for your company, you can contact Swades QMS. Details are there in the description. Thanks for watching.